Yeah, I think it started now. So we're going to introduce ourselves very briefly, yeah? And so let's start with Ebuka. Okay, my name is Mamacita. I'm Vivian Dragici, and popularly called Mamacita. Founded the organization, and we try our best to integrate people into the city where they find themselves, especially in Scotland, Aberdeen right now. And although when we have online platforms like this, we tend to it encompass every other immigrant that's just coming in. It doesn't have to be just a persons in Aberdeen, because information that's being shared would enable people from different cities to benefit from it. So it doesn't limit anybody. Location, your location does not limit you at this platform. So what we do is try to encourage people, try to integrate them, try to make the integration process into their city more flexible, their work life, the cultural balance, and all that. We try to make it feasible as possible and flexible. So one of the means of doing this to enable them find work quickly, which is, we found that it's the most difficult process of integration. So finding work, we tried to get persons, specialists or experts in their different field to come and enlighten us, inform us on how we can get this work, get ourselves straight into the workforce easily also. Um, so today we noticed that, mute yourself, and let me see if I can help you mute it. We noticed that most people, um, most people only go for care work, cleaning work, bar, and so security. But there's this part of the workforce that's not being utilized by the immigrants when they come in, and it's quite easy, straightforward place to work and look for work. So today we're getting Dominic, Sunny, as well as there's a Stanley Onyema that will be here with us to tell us more about the CSCS card and how to get into the construction industry. It's a startup. You can build it as a career. You can build it in whatever way you want to, but it is a startup, and how you can easily get into it. So my name is Vivian. Once more, Mamacita, as you guys all know me, and I will be hosting today. Let's introduce ourselves very quickly and very briefly. And you tell us where you are. I'm in Aberdeen currently. So you tell us where you are, if you're studying, if you're the dependent, if you would love to work, whatever it is, just let us know. And where maybe what you were doing before you came in, or you want to get into this platform construction, if you want to. So I would start with Sunny. Mr. Sunny, are you here with?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
My name is Sunday, but yeah, in the short form, people call me Sunny because I have a company that is called Sunny Ventures, and yeah, so yeah, I'll talk a bit more when I speak, and then I will kind of make a bit more introduction of myself, my background, and how I get into construction and stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sunny. Thank you very much. Would ask Ugu Ebuka, you just tell us where you are, what you're doing.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ugu Ebuka from Nigeria. So I'm studying at RGU. I newly came to this town. It has been difficult, but this is my first month anyway. So it's very, very difficult. Not only me, all of us that we are new students here. So we are having it difficult to fit in to the system. So and we are trying our best. So we're also looking around anywhere they have such meeting like this. We always should start to try to learn from there. So I will be very, very happy if someone can share a way of someone can succeed here. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you once more. My name is Prince Ebuka. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ebuka. Thank you. And that is what we always encourage people to do. Go out to gatherings like these, meetings, any events, so you could learn. There's no knowledge that's been lost. Oluwatoyin. Oluwatoyin.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, let me. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Oluwatoyin Shotayo, and I'm also a student of RGU studying public health. I came into Aberdeen in January, and I work as a carer here, and I'm hoping I would get something and get more from this meeting today, because it looks like an interesting aspect I would like to explore.
Great.
And know more about. Yeah, and that's all about me.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Because there are lots of women are not really much in the construction industry, so I think Sunny would say a lot about that. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We have Saidat Fumilayo. Saidat Fumilayo. Guys, let's make this very quick. Husseini, can I see yours, please? Let's make this very interactive. No silence. Let's talk. And unless you're in a place where you can. Bode, if you can hear me, Bode, let's introduce ourselves. Oluwakemi Ibrahim Lainel.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Oluwatimileyin Oluwakemi, student of RGU. I just came in not quite long, about 2 weeks ago. I would love to explore the construction. I'm studying LLM law, Masters at Law. I would love to explore the construction industry, because I just feel there will be more opportunity, and I will be able to do exploit in that aspect also. So that is
Great. And it's true though, because I studied law too, and I went into the construction industry. It was quite a good one. There's but you start in and then you find your way climbing up. It's a good one, I think so.
Thank
so
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Husseini, unmute yourself.
Good evening, Mom. Sorry, I'm in transit. Good evening, everyone. My name is Husseini. I came in about 2 to 3 weeks ago, thereabouts. I'm currently studying construction project management. Before now, I was a coin surveyor in Nigeria. So, before now, I was practicing in Lagos for about, say, 8 years before I decided to embark on this journey. And yeah, I've heard about the CSCS certification, and I'm open to learning more about it and see what opportunities come from having the certification.
Great. Well done, Husseini. And this is a good one too. Will be a start. Get home quickly. Hello, what's the next one? Yes. We have there's some Henry Weregbelaga. Henry, introduce yourself, please. We're going to run through these in the next 5 minutes, and let's see who is here. Henry, do you want to say something to us? Who are you? Where are you from? Where you at? You're on mute. Your volume is down. Make me a co-host. Sorry. How do I do that? Yeah. Let's see if I can share. Hey, village people, oh, how do I do this? Okay, I'm going to try. Say that Jimao, Stanley, Oluwa Pelumi, anybody here, just introduce yourself, please. Let me see how I can make him a host.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi. Good evening,
Yes,
darling.
I'm Pelumi Olanipeku. So I recently moved to Aberdeen. I came in 22nd. I'm a student of construction project management. My first degree was in civil engineering. Then I practiced a bit. Then I said, okay, let me move into tech a bit. I started with data analytics, started with digital marketing, but I'm back to construction project management. So I look forward to opportunities in civil, in construction, and I'm open to anything also for part-time like now, because I've just been applied and I don't know, the interviews. I don't mind anything, like I can do immediately. So I look forward to learning, and the CSM, the construction certification also, because at a point I was thinking that, okay, civil engineering, something, but people are like, yeah, it's actually very, very big, like it's bigger than in Nigeria, like the construction industry is really something I should still stay with. So I am with the construction industry and I'm open to opportunities. All right, let me make it.
All right, darling. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Oluwapelumi. And you were here for the CV too, so nice meeting you. Stanley, do you want to introduce yourself? That's one of our host guests for tonight. I don't know how to make a co-host. If anybody can help me do that, tell me what to do.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Stanley Onyemu. I'm in Manchester, and I've been into construction for about 6 years now, going to 7 years. When I went to uni, I finished with ICN Internet and Computing Networking. And coming to England, there was lots of opportunities. I was night manager at the Hilton Hotel for 7 years. And after that, I got introduced into the construction industry, whereby it's like an open book. Ideally, you could pick different schemes in there, options, friends. And yeah, I'm still on it. And apparently now, 6 years ago, I started as laborer, just literally sweeping. And at the moment now, I'm into the heating and installation of air conditioning unit. So yeah, it's a good way to start, I'll say. Nice to meet all of you.
Thank you very much, Stanley. He's one of our, you guys, whatever question you have, just hold it. They are not set yet. We're introducing ourselves and he's going to be here to answer your questions, right, when you have them. So thank you very much, Stanley, for joining us this evening. And we will be back with any questions and when it's time for you to tell us more about how you got in and everything. Thank you for joining us right now and introducing yourself. I think we have 1 more minute to introduce ourselves. Anybody wants to introduce themselves, feel free, turn up your mic and say something before Mr. Sunny starts today. Hey.
I'm Ogbaide Sylvester Adoro.
Oh, that's it.
So I'm joining. I'm just a new intake at Robert Gordon University, and we're so enthusiastic for the schedule of this program, and I look forward to getting all the best from it. And I want to thank those that have volunteered to put us through in this. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Gade. He's one of our volunteers every time when we have events. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So we have Daylor. Is it Daylor? He wanted to say something. And then we'll be back to, I don't know how to make Mr. Sunny a co-host. All right, Mr. Sunny, we are back to you. Oh, Mr. Kent, welcome. Welcome. So we're back to Mr. Sunny. I think what I would do, Mr. Sunny, is Yes, he's here. What I would do is if you want me to, I can take myself off as a host, because I think that's the thing I can do. Then you'll be the host, because I don't think I can. Then after you finish with the sharing and everything, then maybe you can make me the host back. But I don't know how to co-host.
No, just leave it like this, because I think if you sign out, the team might cut off everyone.
No, I don't.
So
I don't
that's
think
fine.
I will sign out. No, it just says make the other person a host.
Okay, that's fine. Do it for now. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay.
Let me.
Okay.
Me and technology is zero. So make a host. Do you want to change the host to Mr. Sunny? Yes. I think yes, you're the host now. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so my name is, I said earlier, so I came from Nigeria around 2005. So I mean, I'd been I just, when I came in, because of, I was born in Enugu, so, and then I grew up in the, and I grew up in the north. I grew up in Niger State. So before I came here, I was already doing business. I mean,
sorry, Mr. Sonny.
I was managing.
Excuse me, Mr. Sonny. There might be some people trying to come in, so you might
No,
have to.
yeah, I'm admitting those ones in. Yeah, what is
all
okay?
Right, thank you.
I can see them. I'm admitting them in. Okay, so yeah, so when I came around 2005, so I did have a franchise, like a car washing place where I had people working for me. I mean, so after sometimes we lost the contract we had with Tesco and the Sainsbury's, because my company, the main people that own the franchise were making a mess with the project. So we lost the contract. So after that time, I took some time off, like 6 months, just to, a lot of people are coming in still. That's good. So I took some time off of work to cool my head, like 6 months, and I went to Birmingham, stayed 6 months. And when I came back, one of my friends just introduced me to construction. So what I did first is, which is the first thing for everybody when you want to work in construction company in the UK, is the CSCS card. You need to get that. I mean, it's basic card. It costs only about £20 to get the card. But if you don't have it, you can't really work in the construction site legally. So that's the first thing. And, like in England here, it's not like Nigeria where, sorry, I'm going to take off this mic. This stuff. Allow me to be myself. Can you still hear me? Can everyone hear me okay?
I think much better now.
Much better now, yeah. Sorry, the mic was not working very well. It was just, yeah. So the first thing that we need to do is CSCS. At some point, I'm going to try and put up a picture of how to do it and what I think is the best way to do the CSCS card. So yeah, the way I done it is to download the app. I think the app costs about £6 instead of buying the book, because with the app, everyone has a phone now. So wherever you are, you can study on your phone. And then in the app as well, they have like the practice questions that is similar to what to the same question that's similar to the questions you'll be asked if you go to do the actual test. So if you use the app to practice, it is easier to pass from my experience than it is to read the book and to do the test. But like I said, the actual test is like £20, I think. So it's not, that's when I done it. I think it's still £20 or £17 something. So just about that figure. So yeah, so but you need that to start work in the construction industry. But like everyone, I mean, some of you have said already, and with my experience. So when I started as a laborer, just like my brother Elia was saying. So I was working as a laborer in the site, and from my experience, the laborer level in the construction job is the most competitive, because anybody can do laboring. So people just coming from Nigeria, coming from any country, they can do laboring. So you have a lot of people trying to get into laboring. So it's always like when I did it, from my experience, sometimes you work in the site, after a few days, they say your job is finished. So you have to go look for another one. But, as I was there, I remember I was thinking earlier today about what one of the guys that was working in the site said to me. He said to me, Sonny, if you don't think you're going to do this laboring forever, for a long time, if you don't use your head. And the guy is not a Nigerian, he's a Jamaican, when he said it. So that triggered something inside me. So I started looking into what are the opportunities the opportunities that are in the industry. And when the more you look, the more you see that there's so much that one can do in the industry that people outside even sometimes don't see it. And even myself, even though I've been in the industry say now for like maybe 8 years, there are things now that I'm coming into, like from last year, that is still part of the construction industry. For example, there are people who work in the civil, but there are, like where I'm working now is tunneling. So most of the time where I spend most of my day is like 65 meters under the ground level. And where we're working now is under the river Thames. So we're digging a big tunnel under the Thames. So sometimes when you're working in a civil, you don't even know that those kind of project, because it's underground, people don't know that these things are there. But there's a lot of opportunities and possibilities and the things that one can do. So you can choose to go in the direction that you like, something that you prefer. So when you come in the, like, literally there are thousands of things that you can choose to do. And when you decide what you want to do, then you can decide what like suits your lifestyle, what you like, and based on also the money. I mean, people also look at the money sometimes, but it's not just about money. You want to do something that makes you happy, something that makes you feel fulfilled when you're doing it. So so that's my experience, a bit of what I've seen. So the first thing I would say is to show you how to get the CSCS card. And then me and Mamacita will make ourselves available. So once you have the card, and this is what we're still discussing, I'll be able to discuss with a few people that I'm working with, and then we'll be able to find jobs for those people who their condition is suitable for them to get into the industry. And then we'll be here to mentor people and to show you different paths that you can take to get yourself established, but not only to get yourself established, but to progress in your career in the industry. I can give you an example, like there's so much opportunity in the industry, and there's so much money in the industry. Sometimes it's not even about money. Like today, I finished work. I was not planning to work tomorrow. I booked to go and play football. And when I finished work, somebody rang me on the phone and said, "Do you want to work tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, I'll send you someplace. And if I go to that job tomorrow, I'll get paid £500 for doing that job tomorrow. Just tomorrow job alone, I'll get £500 for just going, showing up. And I can show up there, not do anything, just stay there, sit down and supervise other people do the job, and I'll still get paid £500. But that's to tell you, this is just, and I didn't even need to do that because I just wanted to do it because the guy is asking me like a favor, go do this job for me, cover me, help me do this job for tomorrow. So I'm going to go do the job tomorrow for him because he's somebody that I respect. And one of the guys that helped me in the place where I am now. So I have to go and help him. So there's that kind of opportunity and possibilities and things that one can do. So there's a lot of money in it. So sometimes money is not even the issue. Like in Nigeria, people focus so much on getting degrees, and in England, they focus so much on what you can do. What can you do with your degrees? You can have too many degrees, but you can't do anything with them. So they're not so much interested in your degrees if you can do the practical stuff. So, but like I said, the opportunity is there once people are willing to learn and to listen and to allow themselves to be mentored and to guided, then we can put you through and show you courses that you can do. Like some of you that want to work part-time, I know a few courses that you can do after your CSCS and after you have had a little bit of experience on site, courses that you can do that will allow you to do like 2 days job in a week, and then you'll still have enough money or even more money than people who work like 5 days doing cleaning jobs and stuff like that. So this some of the stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here on Mamacita. So if somebody have a question or someone is testing, saying, sharing something.
Okay.
If you want to let the other guests speak.
All right. Before I get to the other guest, I would say, like you were talking about what how to get into the construction industry. So now, if you say the CSCS card is the first thing to do, how can, for example, myself, I want to get a CSCS card and I want to get in. Of course, I think I'm going to even do it myself. I think you never can tell. You could get into different places. Even you like one of the person said he's an architect. He could get into workplace, get into trying to see if he can get a laborer job, and from there he could see different opportunities. So you never can tell what the next step could be. So how can one get a CSCS card? What processes do we have to go through to get that card?
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try and send the picture of the app, the name of the app, and everybody can just go and download. You need to download the app, because the reason why we need the app is in the app. If you want to use the app, you can also buy the book if you prefer book option. But like I said earlier, on app is the best option for me from my experience with the study of this. If you buy the app and then you study the operative side of in the app, when you feel that you're ready to do the test, then I would maybe the person will contact you, and then we show them, or they can search online the centers where they do the CSC. I'm sure they have some centers in Scotland. I can look it up later on, so that we can share with those who want to do it, the centers where you can do the CSS. And, because it's not so expensive, they made it cheap so that everybody can do it. Everybody, I believe, can afford £20 to do the cost. But the reason why you need to get the first thing is to get the app, because you need to study and be sure and be ready to take the test. I tell you what, the first time I did the test, because I didn't read it, I thought, oh, that's easy, I'll pass it easy. I went and did the first one and I didn't pass it. So then I came back and then studied again, and then I went and did it and then passed the second time. But yeah, you need to study to pass it. It's simple questions and stuff like that, but you need to study it, either read the book or use the app just to understand. The main thing about it is about safety. It's about you being safe when you come to site, and then also when you're doing your job, not allowing your job to affect other people in a way that will cause injury and stuff like that. So the main cause, the whole idea of the CSCS card is to just tell you what go on in the construction site and how to keep yourself safe, and to not get yourself injured or get someone else injured, or how not to come in contact with like a hazardous substances and stuff like that. But yeah.
1 minute. Those people who logged in, who signed in, right? How did you sign? Do you use the link? Because some people are complaining on the group that there is no, the link does not allow them to come in. You just click on the link.
No, yeah, just click on it. But you can see when you made the host, it was like 30 people. Now it's like 44. So people are coming in. If
Yes,
someone,
that's why. Okay, so because
I'm doing my best to sign them all in. So if someone, just tell them to try again. Without
Tell them
admitting them in.
on the first link, because you got 2 links there. So the first one will take you to this meeting. So they might be clicking on the second one.
Oh yeah, I think that's the issue. Yeah.
No, I think send the Zoom link. All right, I will try and send it again, but that's okay. So let's go on. Sorry about that. Just
okay.
Okay, you said, are you sending the link? Are you sending,
just
or are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna share the picture of the app now in a minute. Okay, sorry guys, I think it's ready now. Okay.
Take your time, we are here. So while we are doing this, let me ask some of the questions. Good evening, Oluwatobi. I started with Excel, Power by and
okay, I'll share the picture. So let me know if you're seeing it.
Sorry, Mamacita, the message was a mistake. I was meant to send it directly.
Okay, no problem at all.
Thank you.
So I'm sharing the screen. I hope all of you can see it. So you can just take those. If you search that if you have Android phone or Apple phone, whichever one, you can just search for that app, and it's $6.99 to buy the app. So if you're studying it,
Mom, is it? Let me see. Let me mute people. Adeyinka Adedoku, please mute yourself, please.
I'll mute yourself. That's
all
fine.
right. Okay. All right.
Okay. There's one Steve that is not logged in properly. It doesn't have his mic on, so I'm sure he's not hearing what we're saying. So if everyone can see the picture, so if you search that this on the app, so you need to download that app, and then when you're studying you see, the beginning of it said CITB operative. So you need to study the operative part, not the spec. The spec is like people who are specializing into like certain kind of trades. So for the start, what you need to look into when you're reading when you're going through the app and when you're studying is the part where it says the operatives. So just study that part. And then when you feel like you can answer like up to 43 questions in the app, because I think the question is up to 50. When you feel you can answer up to 43 questions correctly, then you're ready to book to do the test. And then once you've done the test, then you need to apply for the card. But once you pass the test, even without the card, you can start working. So, I mean, how long it takes you to get ready is going to be how long it takes you to go through the app and to get yourself familiarized with the topic and what it's about. Okay, can everyone see it? Can everyone take a note of that so that I can remove that from the screen?
Yes, I have it already. I will make a picture of it and I will send it to the group. 1 minute.
Okay.
So this is basically like the driving test, when you want to do your theory test and you have to practice your hazards and all that online. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly like, it's a similar thing. And yeah, similar, it takes similar pattern as well. But it's not difficult. It's just that if you don't practice it, then you will struggle to pass it, like, from our own experience. But you need to just get yourself used to the questions and the answers.
Okay, so there's a question here from, I'll wait afterwards and we can ask the question.
Okay. Well, I hope it's clear enough. Yeah, you need to study the operative side, not the spec. Yeah, the spec is for the people who are specializing into particular trades and stuff like that.
So that's the introduction into the construction.
Yeah, it's the basic requirement. It's the basic requirement for everybody. So people go in with that card, but as you do all that training, then your card will change from being CSCS to CPCS, and then that's how the progression happen. But you need that. You need to that basic. It's just like the foundation level, but you need to do that for you to be able to do all that training. You find out that if you try to do all that training, they will ask you if you have the CSCS card. Even to do training, you need to show that you've done that part before you can do other stuff in the industry.
Okay. All right. Stanley. Stanley there, Stanley.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Sonny has said a lot today. Now, and would you like to add anything to that before we start asking all our plenty questions that we have?
I think Donnie did cover most of the aspects I would like to talk about because yeah, ideally the CSCS is literally that construction card you use to get into a construction site. And with the CSCS card, first of all, you need to know about like the the health and safety of yourself, your colleague, basically keeping everybody safe. Most questions is going to come towards that. Dust, combustion, all them kind of carbon monoxides, you just need to know about them. And once the question comes out, it's literally basically picking the safe option. That's ideal. Even if you don't know it, you could walk around it knowing which of the options is the safest to go with. But yeah, it's while reading the book, according to what Sonny said, you get your knowledge about what it's all about, because it's not just a section they'll pick on. They're going to pick on different sections, and you might not be able to understand, or you've not heard about that area before. So yeah.
So if CSCS card now, if we write an exam, I think I kind of have understood from there's someone who did a training before, not a training, he did the exam, the CSCS card exam, and he failed. He failed twice, literally twice. So if we haven't had any experience with construction, someone asked that question, but we haven't had any experience, do you think we really need to read the book? Because I know when I did the driving license thing, I did read the book, I wouldn't say I didn't read it, but I know of people who didn't read the book, they use the app. Sonia has said something about the app, and that's very effective, if you actually read. So do you think just answering the questions of those apps would be enough for someone to get the card?
Yeah, this app is not just this. The app is just like the book. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
The app is just like the book. This app is not just the question alone. The app also it will tell you the same thing in the book that is written in the book. So the app is also a study material, but also it has the questions. So you study through it, and then you answer the questions that the mock question kind of. But yeah, that will get you familiarized with the questions and the kind of what you're going to face when you go to the exam. But like I said, it depends on the individual. If the book works better for you, it costs similar amount of money to get the book than it costs to buy the app. But yeah, whichever one works better for you is fine. The key thing is just to understand the topics and and get yourself prepared so that when you go to the test, you pass the test. Because until you pass the test, we can't really help you get a job. That's the thing.
Okay, so Sonny, you said you started as a laborer. Stanley started as a laborer with the CSCS. How long did it take you to, move from being a laborer to your next phase, and where you are right now? How long did it take you to at least not to where you are right now, but how long did it take you to progress from, being a laborer? And yes.
So you see, it depends on the individual. For me personally, I think it took me like 6 months. I think I did, maybe 4 to 6 months, but I did, yeah. Because once you come into the industry, you start seeing opportunities here and there. You start seeing this kind of training. And even, to be honest, even today, I was looking at doing another training because, but now especially, so there's lots of other, there's always, opportunities for you to improve yourself and to grow and to rise up the ladder. So, but it took me like 6 months to do the next training, which I did, and then that kind of improved my money by maybe £2 or £2 to £3 an hour. And then from there, I did another training, and yeah. So yeah, it depends on the individual. If someone is already studying, like doing, like, say somebody's already done a degree in Nigeria or is doing masters here, so that person might even progress faster than other people. So if you're it's just basic stuff, because here every practical is about, most of what we do is practical stuff. It's like the project I'm working on now, is the project itself is big, it's massive. It's like 5.5 billion pounds project, so it's big, it's massive. But there you have basically we're trying to build a tunnel, so everything is a particle. So there's no point us being there with lots of degrees if we can't get the tunnel built. So the tunnel, so this,
Yeah, that's true.
so we just want to get it. We're building the tunnels. We have to get the job done. So everybody's just there contributing, there, doing their part to see that the project is completed. Let me see if I can put some pictures of what I'm talking about. So you see, because the technology behind doing tunnels like that. And like, it's good that many Nigerians are showing interest in this, because this is what we're lacking in Nigeria at the moment. Imagine like Lagos, people are still staying like queuing for hours in the traffic. If you have one of these tunnels in Lagos, that will take care of all the problems that we're having with the traffic in Lagos State as a whole. So, okay. Stanley, maybe you can share some more while I'm trying to see how I can get this picture to work.
Okay, Stanley, how long did it take you to progress from when you got your CSCS card to your next phase before where you are now?
Right. When I got my CSCS card, which is the green card, it didn't take me. It took me about 4 months. That was when I moved down to Aberdeen, and the second job was the ASEC. This Aberdeen ASEC.
That's the AECC. That's TECA. That's the new TECA now.
Yeah, that was the place where it all went into docking. So yeah, literally we're talking about 4 to 6 months moving from a laborer to a duct fitter mate. And from there, after that job finished, I went to Newcastle with the guy who took me there and back to Manchester. So after being a mate, I went to another job, basically doing something different. And I just got back last year in November. And from last year in November to now, that's literally a year, I've moved to be a fitter. So yeah, in a space of 11 months, again, I moved to be a fitter, and yeah, I've just got a contract with a company now. They're trying to get me on board and get me the AAA as well. So yeah, it's just basically climbing up the ladder if you're willing to. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's case, it won't be the same. But if you're interested in something, you're willing to learn, it's straightforward. You meet different people. Some they're going to tell you it's nice, some are going to tell you it's not. But it is what you want. That's what you focus on. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Yep. I think we have Mr. Sonny's. Wow. Is this the project that you guys are on now?
Yeah. So you see that the picture this picture is like 65 meters under the ground level. So it's under the water and under the ground. So that's one of the pictures. Let me see if I can put another one up. So this is our part of construction in UK. So the construction industry is huge, and there's a lot of opportunities for everybody who wants to. Yeah, I mean, it's a good place. Like I tell you, there's a friend of mine. When he studied in Kingston University many years ago. He's like my best friend. And when he was studying in Kingston, I was telling him, okay, do the CSCS, come and do, work as in the construction while you're doing your study. Just study is good, but also he didn't see the opportunities then. Then after he finished like 5 years of studies, he then came back again and did the CSCS card. Now he's working in the construction industry. Now with his degree that he spent 5 years, took a lot of loan to do. But now he's working in the construction industry. He's earning more money now that he will earn than working even with his certificate that he got from university. So this is the kind of things we're talking about. So there's it's a massive, massive opportunities for those who want to progress. So but it's a good job. Like it's a job that when you start doing it and you start enjoying it, and you will see that it's a very good job. It's not like very, very good job. Like you will be earning more than average salary, way more than average salaries that is being paid in UK. If you actually know what you're doing, and if you do the trainings and you progress in the ladder. And there's so much there's no limit to how high you can climb in the ladder. And in the industry, what I've realized now, they're looking in some jobs, when they advertise on jobs, they will say specifically that they're looking for people who are like from black origin, because they want to encourage people like from black background to get into the industry, and they want to see that those people are doing well in those industries. So like I said, we're gonna be here. Me personally, I'm already, on a personal level, I'm doing this, like helping people to get into trainings and showing them what to do, and at least I've helped at least 10 people who are doing this already. So we know what, when I talk about this, is I know how it works and how to what kind of system works out better for each person. Is different because people have different commitments and people have different goals in life. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter if you want to, and if you want to earn £50,000 a year, for example, it's possible. If you want to go higher, it's possible. If you want to stay at 30, it's also possible. So it's just like your choice what you want to do. If you want to, I know some people say it's just about money. It's not so much about money. It's first, get yourself in a place where you feel comfortable, something that you like, that you will enjoy, because you'll be doing this for a long time, sometimes for long hours. So I think also being happy doing it is important, so that you can do it for a long run.
Yeah, I could remember when Stanley sometime would send me a whole ventilator, like a vent system that he constructed with his own, like, not there's something that was meant to be done, but because he went to the place, and being, of course, a Nigerian, a hardworking Nigerian, that's what we are. We're always like, when you put your mind to things, you do it well. And then he would construct something from the scratch where there's nothing. And then maybe people are coming and leaving the job. So with him, he was able to make that. And I could see the excitement. It's not all about the money. You get 27, 30 pounds an hour, but you're able to make something out of passion, and you do it right.
Yeah.
You see him sharing the videos on how he did them. So I think, like you said, it's not all about the money sometimes, but yes, money is a necessity right now. But as time progresses, you see that there's more, apart from just it being about the money, it's still about enjoying what you do, because you could work and work and work, and then you get fed up of it if you're not enjoying what you do, even with all the costs. So yes, thank you very much, Mr. Sonny. And let me pick some of the questions here. We've got one from Charity Arisoku. She said, for someone who has over a decade of construction experience in Nigeria, do you have to start as a laborer?
Yeah, it depends on what, if the person was doing in Nigeria, I would say. But starting as a laborer, there's nothing wrong with starting as a laborer, because you can start as a laborer just to get into the system. And when we say laborer, it's different aspect, because there's the welfare laboring, and there's laborer, of course, where you have to, maybe it depends on the site as well, where you have to carry a bit of weight and do other stuff. But you can do a laborer for 1 week, just so that you get used to what how the construction work in UK. And then while you're doing that laborer for the first week, you can then do another training that can it will help you, because you already had experience in the industry to get other jobs apart from laboring. So, but I mean, because this is my experience, this is Stanley's experience, this is very common in the industry, that people start from the ground level and they climb up. But you can't say everybody has to do that. It's just a question of, the thing is, if, for example, if you start as a manager, if you want to start as a manager, and then you don't know how even construction site look in UK, so when you go to the site and you're supposed to be the manager and you don't know how the site is supposed to look, how are you going to be able to, your knowledge in Nigeria will not help you that much, because I know Nigeria, they do a lot of things and they get away with so many things. Here, there's a lot of other stuff that, that has to be in place. I think it's important that you start on the ground level. But if you already had the experience, what will happen is that you don't have to stay as a laborer for a long time. You can just do it for a short period of time and then do other training, other courses that will help you to kind of progress in your career. So that's what I would say. So I hope that.
Let me just contribute to what Sonny just said. If you're coming from another country, you've got knowledge, or you used to work, let's say, as an electrician back home. If you've got knowledge, ideally, what Sonny said is better to start with a green card, which is just a laborer's card. And there's some qualifications of card, they call the skilled cards. You've got the gold card, you've got the blue skill card. So there are different levels with depending on your NVQ as well, training. That's how you move with the cards. So they've got NVQ1, NVQ2, and then NVQ3. So it depends on your knowledge and how fast you can grow in that aspect. And another thing I'll say is, coming from Nigeria, I would suggest, even if you know the job properly, money is not everything. You might just start on the low level, get your head around England or Manchester or in general aspect of how British people do their job, because they've got a book. If by the book you need to walk to, not cutting corners and all that. By the time you could develop yourself in doing that, then you could go on the big game and earn some money. But if you just, or you're an electrician or you're a NEPA back home, need NEPA man, you could just, yeah, okay, I can connect this, I can do that. And by the time you come here, there's a book you need to go to, because if you're not there tomorrow, there is somebody else that could continue the job from where you are, where you stopped. So same thing as well requires, if somebody else is doing the job, they're gone, you yourself can come to that spot and you know where they were up to and carry on. So there is kind of like a trade line whereby they step on when all these jobs is going on. So yeah, it's better to just start on the low level. Despite you know it, you don't have to brag or show yourself you know it. Get your head around it, and then you can move on. And also, them cards you need is like a stage, but the green card is the cheapest. And the other ones, like to get to the gold card, you need to get the, like, I think NVQ2, and that is, you'll be spending over $1,000 plus just to get that one. But to start on a low level, which is the laborer's card, is better, which is the green. Get that one. You might be lucky. You show your talent. There might be a company or a subcontractor who likes you, and they'll pay for everything for you. So it's just a matter of getting into the game, which is the green card. Once you go into that site, the construction site, then that's it. You could explore anywhere you want to. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Stanley. Thank you for that. And Sonny, so I think basically what they said now from this is you can apply for any work you want, but getting into the construction side, the first thing you need is a CSCS card to get in. Sometimes you stay here and say, I have all the experience. I have done 20 years, 30 years in the construction industry, from Japan, from China, from Nigeria, anywhere you are, or where you've gotten it. But if you don't put yourself in the platform or the place where you could be located, you would apply and apply. I went into, myself personally, I went into, I did my quantity survey in RGU, and I just finished now. My graduation is in December, but in stage 2, I just went straight to Robertson's Construction. It's a big construction company. And I went there and I said, I wanted to be, I want to do apprenticeship, but, I got the job. They gave me, they saw I placed my CV somewhere else, but this AECC, they called me for it when they saw my CV. I was just in year 2. Everybody would wait for you to go to school to give that to you, but I went myself. And yeah, fortunately, I got the job. I was offered some, flexible working hours. Paid one was 18,800 then, for being an apprentice. And I saw that when I went into that platform as just an apprentice, I saw all the opportunities that were there for me. In fact, they already training me, giving me loads of training, just coming there as you could do it for free, because there was a place I wanted to do for free before, but they wanted me in Teka, this PJ Light place, wherever it is now, don't AECC. So they gave me that work, although with payment, because they saw my law background. But I went in for a free job to just get experience. But when they saw it, they put me through trainings. And from those trainings, because I was in there already, I could progress very quickly. So whether or not you've got the experience, just find a way, get in, even if it's a laborer, just put your eyes there. We're Africans. We are, where we come from, be it any country other than the UK here. We come, we put our eyes on the place, we go for it, and we get it. We are go-getters. So just, I would, like they both have said, encourage you to start with, even if they give you a job as the manager, you still, I think you need a CSCS card to get into the site. Do you?
Yeah,
Yes.
the manager, but if you do like a management, like Stanley was saying earlier, if you do like, if you go straight and do like a NDQ, then you're going to get a card that is not the green card.
No, even if you don't do the MVQ, for example, I just came from Nigeria and I got a job straight up. I've not done my MVQ. For me to get into the site, I would need the CSCS card, right? So irrespective, so it's just like an added advantage for you to do the CSCS card as a start, whether or not you. I hope we've answered your question, Charity Arisoku. Someone raised their hand. Are you raising your hands? iPhone is your name. Are you raising your hands to this question, or yeah, iPhone 17, iPhone.
I think there's other questions there. Somebody did ask, to get a laborer job,
Yes.
they just need CSCS. Yes, all you need is the CSCS card. And once you have the card, you can work as a laborer in the construction site.
Okay, so someone said here, which is Kent. Kent said, can someone who is not in the line of construction or related course also do the course and get the job?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what background you're coming from and what job you've done before, you can get into the industry.
As long as you could use a brush and a dustpan, you can go into a laborer's job and then explore from there. It might just be cleaning the canteen, but you're a laborer. That's how it's just labor. There's nothing wrong with it. You could be maybe mopping the ground or toilet, or even picking some wires off the floor, or even just signing people in and out, checking temperatures. But yeah, that's the lowest card you could go into. That's why you just go in there and then explore. But there's nothing wrong with it. I started with it myself. I was literally picking board, moving unistructs and metals and everything. So there is nothing wrong being a laborer. It's just classified as a laborer, but don't think you're like those Nigerian cement bricklayers and all that. That's
no, it's not like that.
It's dead easy, but as long as you're willing to do it, it's just be there for your 8-hour shift and go home. You make your money. That's it.
Well, nobody, anybody who has come in here, I don't think anybody has a problem with doing, because we can all do cleaning. We can all work as, in fact, kitchen porter is a very good job right now. Cleaning is a very, so.
I heard that job is a top job.
It is, provided it pays the bill.
I did that for a year before I got promoted.
Stanley that's what I said to people. Stanley started from a kitchen porter in, what you call that, Hilton, right? Doubletree.
I started as a KP, Doubletree by Hilton, KP to ninth kitchen porter to ninth receptionist to ninth auditor, which does the accounting, and then from ninth auditor to assistant night manager, then to night manager, and then I moved to hotel football, which this Gary Neville, Ryan Giggs, they own the hotel. So from there, I was like fed up of hospitality, and I went into construction.
So you see,
so you can imagine how high you went up in the hospitality industry, and from there you came back to do laboring.
Yes, and back to do laboring as a laborer. Yeah, started from being a laborer, and you see, he started from being a KP, a kitchen porter. He did, and that was where he saw the opportunity for the next step. I always say to people, whether or not you are the bank manager in Nigeria when you were there, whether or not you are the most, the person that has the siren going around with them, but when you are here, we start from the ground. This country humbles you and starts you up from the ground. And trust me, it's not a bad thing, because you learn. It is. I always say to people, let the country break you and let them remold you. You would enjoy it.
Yeah, but one of that thing I want to say regarding that is see, like even getting into the construction site as a laborer, one of that thing it does is that it helps you to make friends and to get to know people. So what happens in this industry is most of the job you get will come through people you know. Sometimes it's just somebody ring you up and say, do you want the job? Because you know the person. If you don't go to site at all because you feel like, oh, you're waiting for a perfect job, then you won't make friends. And making friends in the industry is what gives you jobs. Stanley, that's your experience as well, isn't it?
Well said, honestly, because everywhere I go, I always get numbers upon numbers on my phone. Even I've got friends, which is plasterers, electrician. I could just ring them easily, right? I need to do this at home. Can you tell me? All right, show me what you're doing. WhatsApp is on. And they'll sort it out for me. We'll go for a drink, have a nice time. Like, I'm not gonna say, but next 2 weeks we're going out to go have a drink. We as a team. So it's like you then become a family once you enjoy what you're doing. It's not like a job anymore. It's more like I'm going to have fun. That's how it is. And
like
construction is
Sonny wants to go tomorrow for £500 and he will just have fun. He will just have fun and getting £500 tomorrow. That is if he wants to.
Can I say something?
Yes, that's Jimao. Yes, please.
Yeah, the thing I always tell the new intake, is one way I use in encouraging all of us is that any job you get in the UK, there's dignity in it.
There's dignity.
There's no shame. It's not like Nigeria when you're a security man or you're a laborer or you're a kitchen worker and people look down on you. When you're here, any job you do, there's always the respect because you see the other people doing it upright. You understand? So another thing is that whatever job you pick first here, the prices are usually not too different from each other. It's usually different of £1, £2 and all that. So whatever job you get, either as a laborer or a KP or whatever, they all pay well. Okay. And there's pride in them. I started as a KP too, but now I work as a security and I'm enjoying it. So
yeah,
there's no shame. Because the first day I started as a KP, I was feeling ashamed because that was actually the first time I've ever worked for someone. In Nigeria, I was a boss on my own. But when I saw the other guys working with all excitement, I was like, if the white man, we are trying to imitate, are doing this job with all pleasure, with all happiness, then who am I? So I changed my orientation, I changed my mood, and I had to switch in.
You have to start enjoying it.
But today, I'm even regretting that I stopped the work because, na Mamacita. So any job you get here, there's always dignity, no shame. No be Nigerian laborers, maybe say, bread and garri at the chop. No. So just as the other hosts have been saying, if you are starting as a laborer, whatever construction site you get into, it's a starting point of learning and relearning, to grow up to whatever standard you wear in Nigeria. Because these are two different kind of culture and two different kind of environments. They're in a different environment where you need to learn their own way of life, their own culture, so many things to learn here because we come in here, we are learning life from a different angle, different perspective, different understanding. And as a new person in a Roman land, we need to behave like Romans, right? So we need to learn their ways so that we can fit into their ways of life. So
right.
Please,
thank you very.
There's no shame. There's nothing
starting
wrong,
all over again.
So that's my contribution.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jimao. And Sydney has his hand up. He wants to ask a question before I read the next question. Sydney, unmute yourself, please. Sydney, you are mute. Jimao, put your hands down if you are done.
Okay, yeah. Am I in?
Yes. Yes, Sydney.
Okay, yeah, my name is Sydney. Actually, I'm a civil engineer by profession, registered in Nigeria with current.
Can we see you?
So when I was coming to the UK, I've always wanted to go into construction as a laborer. That's the truth. Because having worked in Nigeria for 15 years as a civil engineer, I know that what we do in Nigeria is not construction. We are just joking in that country. That's not construction. So if you're a civil engineer or a builder, an architect, and if you have 20 years in Nigeria as an experience, just forget about it and drop it at the side. That's not construction at all. We are joking. We are just playing on site. So I will encourage all of us here, if you want to go into site work, go and get your hands dirty. That's my advice to the house. I'm already working as an engineer in Nigeria for 5 years, registered with Koren, and 15 years overall experience. So I'm here to work on site as a laborer and get the experience and move on with my career. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sidney. That is, I like the way he said it. He's just hitting the nail straight on the head, but we didn't even see your face, Mr. Sidney. Thank you very much for that. Steve said, how much is the exam? But I think, Stanley, I don't think it's £20. I think when Mr. Sonny did his, it might be £20. That's years ago.
This CSCS, there are different, what's it called, websites, whereby some of them you must pass. That's your rule, but there's a certain amount you need to pay. And right now they're doing these to get the CSCS card and another extra health and safety questions as well. So it's more like two options of questions you need to do, sets of questions, sorry. So ideally the first one is going to be regarding the CSCS and the other one is going to be into health and safety. So I think it's 2 exams right now you're doing it. If you want to do it now, it's going to be 2. So once you pass the first one, you need to do the second one. But most sites or most centers, they do theirs in a day. So immediately you finish, you go to the next one, and some sites, they were like, you must pass. So basically, yeah, they do the Nigerian method and help you pass as well.
Okay, they help you. Okay. So
there are some sites like that, some centers.
Okay, so we have centers where you pay. They would help you do like a class that you must pass.
A class that you must pass.
Yeah, like they guarantee you pass.
A guarantee pass. And there is the ones that you can just register yourself. Like, I just want to book the exam myself. That might be cheaper.
The official one is like £20. It should not be more than £20 still.
Oh, really? Okay.
If you go through the official one, yeah.
Okay. So
I'm going to try and find the correct link, and I'll send it to you because there are different links and people who are advertising it. I'm going to send you the actual link.
Okay, so you send us the one that has
Sorry. Yeah. After passing, I can't remember if
I think you need to pay like £30 to get the card.
Get the card or something like that. You need to pay to get the card if I'm correct, yeah?
Yeah. You need to pay like £30 to get the card after you pass. But once you pass it, with the certificate, even before your card comes, you can start working with the certificate. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get, even if after this whole thing, you can send the link to the one that is straightforward, going to register and then do your exam after you've done your, maybe the app or the book, you've done your studying, self-study. You can send us that one, and then send us, Stanley, if you have any link, just send it to us, and everybody will make research and see which of them they would want to do. If it's the I must pass, or let me just go and my brain is still hot. I'm a student. I know I can do it.
Well, just bear in mind, those ones which is guaranteed pass or guarantee receipts till you pass, you need to pass their own questions for you to be qualified for that option. So you need to read the fine print to know what you're getting yourself into first, because there are many sites like that. If you don't pass their own questions, they won't guarantee you passing. So because they need to like secure themselves for not rebooking and rebooking you. So if you can pass their own, that means you can pass the one outside at the center. So there are different means to do it.
All right. So the next question, someone is from Isaac. Mr. Gaida, do you want to say something?
Yeah, okay. Is the floor open for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask how many weeks or months does it take to study the app for you to go for the exams?
Again, that one depends on how fast.
You can do it today and pass today.
You can do it today and pass it. Yeah.
Now. Yes, I think I know. Yeah.
It's not so difficult that you can pass it, within
Basically,
and also, when how soon will the link to that test app be available to us, so that
after this training, I would relate with Stanley and Sunny. So I will try and see what they can, if they have, because now they've given us their time after work. I literally beg them to do this today. So if they can make, because I would prefer them, like they've given us the one to study, which is the app. So at least if you take time to study that one while we get the app, if they can give me tonight, good and fine, I'll pass it on. But if they cannot give me the app, I will try my best to, I won't disturb them too much, but I will try and disturb them. I have I'm disturbing them, and I'll get these links to you guys, or the names. I'll try. Don't over.
Yeah, so the actual cost for it is like £22.50. I sent you it. I forwarded the test to you on your Telegram. Right. So it's £22.50.
Okay. So Isaac Victor said, "Good evening, everyone. How many questions is in the exam? What's the time frame?" I think I would answer this one. Okay, you guys should just say. So I think it's 50 or so.
It's 50. I think it's 50 questions. We have to pass 43. And it takes on average like 35 minutes or thereabout. It's not super difficult something. It just has something. Most of the team, what they're trying to do is, if they give you a job and something happens and you don't have the card, the company will be in trouble. So once you have the card, they kind of show that you were trained to come on site, and so they're not breaking the law when they allow you to come on site, basically. So it's not like a super difficult questions. It's just something that you need to refresh your mind with the book so that you can pass it.
It's basically like when you have first aid, when you go to a site, or when you're going to work as a carer, you must have first aid, or you're moving and handling. So in case anything happens, they will ask, have you done your training? And that's a basic thing that you need to go in. All right. So Oluwatoyin said, please, what is the next step to move up the ladder? I think here, when you get there, you might decide which part. If you want to go into painting, good and fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, and because I know I saw then in the at the ACC, there's a lady. There were 2 lady painters there. So it's up to you, and from what they said, it's up to you to determine your pace that you want to go and your direction. There's different opportunities, according to Mr. Sonny. There's different opportunities, and then you could just decide where you want to go to from there. Isaac Victor said, will someone with construction and health and safety experience start as a laborer? Yes, unless you have a job that's been offered to you from the start, but you still have your CSCS card, which is, I think that's been answered already. For someone who has over a decade experience in Nigeria, okay, we've done that. I would appreciate being mentored and assisted through the ladder. Where would be starting points, please? That is Michael Ojikutu. They said the CSCS is the first place to start, as far as I know here. We'll try our best to have Mr. Stanley and Mr. Sonny on our side to help us at different stages. Why we will not just badge them like that. We'll try as much as possible to get them. I would try and suggest something to them later, and we'll see if it will work. That might enable us get direct access, or somehow not very direct, so that they don't get overwhelmed with all our calls and texts and messages. We'll try our best to see how we can relate what your concerns are to Mr. Sonny and Mr. Stanley. Even more, we have more persons that would have joined us today that work in the construction industry and has been there for years, that would have joined and might still join us in the future when we get, yes, it's good. You can get mentoring and you can ask questions at any time, and they will be available to speak to you at different levels. If that is okay, if I answered your question, please just let me know. If I didn't, you ask more. Ikenna Awani.
Mama, good evening.
Ikenna.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, my question is how available are sponsorship jobs for construction for we that want to go into construction? Because I'm back in Nigeria, I was a project manager and I'm currently studying construction project management. So, but the whole point of coming here is to Japa, and tier 2 visa is like tier 2 visa is the goal. So how available are sponsorship jobs? That's what I want to know. Thank you.
What is Japa again? Is this a work?
Japa is to run away from Tinubu. That's it. That's what,
run away from Tinubu.
Yeah, so.
I mean, most companies I know, for example, in healthcare, it might be a bit easier to get sponsor, but I'm sure because some companies are desperate. In fact, like where I'm working now, we have people that they're bringing in from overseas to come and do jobs. So if you have the skills they're looking for here in UK, and the company will not, they want to sponsor you so that you can stay and work for them. And because even now they're bringing people from overseas, and I'm sure those people they're bringing from overseas, and even some of my jobs, sometimes we've been asked if you want to go to Germany and do a job. So if we're going there, the company that will send you there, we have to then sort your paper and stuff like that, make sure you have what you need to do the job. And some of the job is so good as well that you get a job and they will offer you accommodation, they will offer you even traveling money, so they cover some of those stuff. It's very common these days because there's a lot of opportunities and they have shortages of staff. So it depends on your skills, it depends on the company you're going through, and it is possible. And you can get companies that will sponsor you and help you with the visiting if you got this right skill. But again, you need to get to sites, build a relationship with people, get to know people so that you can tell them your needs, and then through getting to know people, they will like you, and then they want to make those sacrifices of going through the process. I don't think if you're from outside and you're applying for a job and you tell them, oh, I want to get a visa, they will not be so much interested. But if you're already on site and you get to know people and you tell them your problem and how they can help you, you get companies that will do that for you and help you out with that.
Some of these jobs, they are already, because is equality or fairness and equality, something like that, when you employ staff. Sometimes, like you're saying, if there's an opportunity and opening, if you're not there right there, and they can create an opening for you. Job opening for you to suit what they want you. For example, they've seen that you are good at something. If you get yourself to the site, you always, and we should, there's this, the lady that came for our meet and greet said, always come out with an attitude of gratitude. Always work and make happy about what you do. Relate with people. When you come out, always, have this, we have it in us as, I don't know, I want to say Africans or whatever. We have it in us. So always come out and talk to people. Express yourself. Come out. You see, some people would like, if you come out to work and you're not talking, you're not smiling with them, you're not having any interactions with them, you will finish work, you'll go out. That's all you get. You won't even have someone come to tell you. If there's an opening anywhere, you won't hear. So having to get tier 2, they don't, like you said, they won't just come to you or it's when you relate with people and they know, an opening can just come out and they'll tell you, okay, we have this, and it's only on this particular job we can give you the sponsorship. There is no hard and fast rule. Just be in the place. Firstly, go and try and get your money. If you get there and it doesn't work for you, you go find your tier 2 sponsorship. It might be in construction, it might be somewhere else. You never can tell, but like an opening can be created for you. It has happened before. And for me, it has happened. They'll create you a job opening just for you. And they give you a link, you fill your form and you're gone into the work. So I don't know, it can like that. There is no hard and fast rule on that one. So let me see.
Okay, now, yeah. What I would suggest you do, you could put your CV on website. I don't know if you know about the link. You could get your on there, yeah, and yeah, get your CV up there, upload it in on there. Look for them direct construction industry, what's it called, companies. Send them directly your CVs, like the HROs. They is easy. Once you get a company name, it must be on the this LinkedIn there. Send it to them. Once they see your CV, they're happy with it. You might be lucky. You will tell them you're on the process of coming down to that country. So if they could send you like a contract documents.
Well, he's already here.
Oh, is he here already?
Yes, he's here. He's in Aberdeen.
Oh,
so he's trying to see, yes.
Literally the green card.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Great, just get into the construction industry with the green card, and that's it. Make friends.
Make friends, and he's always smiling anyway, so it'll be easy for him to make friends. Don't worry, it will be. Jamal said, what about someone with no experience at all? Yes, I think they've answered that part of the question. You don't need the experience. Like, you can go and do cleaning. If you, like Stanley said, you can have a dust, if you can use a dustpan and brush, and you've done KP before, you've done this and that. Yes, you can wash your clothes, you can sweep, you can lift things, not like heavy things, because I don't think they lift things like heavy things in this country. So as you can do any of those things, and then that is enough, that is sufficient for you. So I think that has answered Jimao's question. And we have one from Mommy Rose iPhone. He said, these jobs, are they only available outside Aberdeen, Dundee? I mean, do I have to go as far as Manchester, London for these jobs? Over to you, Mr. Sani.
Not necessarily. Once you have your CSCS card, you can get a job where you are. I mean, yes, sometimes if you're willing to travel, it makes it easier. Kind of, it gives you the opportunity becomes even more, and maybe a bit more. So, but yeah, you can get a job where you are, because there's always, in UK, there's like shortages of houses, so they're trying to build as many as possible, but they're not catching up with the demand. So it's always going to be like that for a long time. So yeah, you can get a job where you are.
Anywhere, literally anywhere you see any construction going on, just walk in there and tell them you're looking for a job. There is no shame in that. If you see that, yes, they've got a job, or what do you want to do? That's it. You just need to be just free to just speak to people. If you don't have a job, anywhere you see any construction going on, tell them, yeah, this is my skills, or I'm a laborer. Do you need laborer? They'll tell you yes or no. There is no harm in it. Nobody's going to call the police for asking the question.
Yeah, and like I said, because most of the persons who are here, they have Mr. Uche wants to say something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah,
let me just add one more thing,
Okay.
Yeah, alternatively, he can register with agencies. There are agencies who are into construction, so, and they can even book the exam for him. That some agencies does that, yeah.
Do you know any of that? Those agencies?
I know, I will find out, but I know there is one
Okay.
Union Street.
All right, that's great. So
yeah,
what I will do,
I will find out for you.
I'll bug you. You're not gonna run, no?
No,
will
no
bug
problem.
you. So that's good. That's great.
Okay.
Then. Thank you very much.
All
wow.
right.
And also, if I would add to that, yeah, we have both what you call the dependents. Here in Aberdeen, most of the jobs, we don't have much jobs in Aberdeen. So I would say, if you have, for example, you are a dependent and you can work more, and you don't want to just limit yourself to, I work today, maybe I work 1 week, and all that. As a dependent, you can travel if you don't have restriction. There are places where there's full-time work. You just go there, and if there's accommodation of the one you have to pay for, you can go there and work for as long as, even it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. If it's 2 weeks on, you come back home and do 1 week with your family and go back again. There's still opportunities out there, especially for dependent, that are not students. But students can do it within Aberdeen or Dundee area and all that. So at least that would, and also there are ways we can, that is what I was trying to speak with Mr. Sutney too and Stanley this afternoon. There's also ways that we can still work it to go around. Okay, someone sent me, yes, to look one of the agencies. Thank you very much, Mide. Someone, I think she's on here, and she just sent one of the agencies too. So that's great. There are ways that we can still try and manage you when you are a student, so that you can still work some kind of reasonable hours. Yes, there's still ways we can manage that for you too. Whether or not it's in Aberdeen, it's in London, it's in Glasgow, anywhere, when you are off, or if you have few time off school. So we'll talk.
Yeah, Mama, even to add to that, it's not even like where I'm working now. If you go there, you find people from Scotland, people from Wales, people from all over England. They come to London here and they're working. And then most of them, some people from Ireland as well. They will travel back over the weekend and then they come back in on Monday. So, I mean, it seems like that, it's happening a lot because people can fly or they can use the train to travel. So myself, I've been to Wales to work. I've been to Birmingham. I've been, driving to those places to do some work sometimes. So I haven't been to Manchester, but I'll be going to Bradford. So we're going past Manchester next week or something.
Oh, see? So yeah. Definitely you can actually work anywhere. Yeah. And if you are dependent, it's much more easier. Why I said dependent, I mean traveling wise, you won't have any limitation because your work is, work till infinity. It's up to you what you want to do, and the school is not restricting you to the 20 hours work. Even if you're a student, also contact me personally. We'll find a way to make you work as much as you can during the school time too, and in fact unlimited during off term. Is it off peak or off term? Sydney said, apart from the CSCS card, green card, is there any other requirement I need to get a liberal job on the construction site?
No.
Just get your CSCS card.
And then the visa.
And like your visa, your work permits. Yeah, most of them are students here and their spouses as per dependents. Yeah, so I think they have their visa requirements in place. So basically, what you need is just the CSCS card and the fact that you can work, and your NI, national insurance, that you can work, and you have the ability to sweep and clean anything. Just get ready. So we have Oluwatoyin said, after CSCS card, how do you get the green card and the MVQ? CSCS card is the green card one. MVQ, when you get into the process, I don't think you just jump into MVQ. You go, from stages, is it? I think progressively, I would suggest you just get in first and just find your niche, find anywhere. They said there's so many places, so many diversions or something. So just get in there and find where you want to divert into. And then I think that's it for you. You're good to go. Did I answer that properly, Mr. Dominic?
Yeah.
Okay. Omotola said, are there tier 2 sponsorship job opportunities? Yeah, there are sponsorship jobs, but it's like we said, just get in there and, do your thing, the thing you know how to do best, be approachable, relate with people in the canteen, anywhere, when you're working also, just relate with people, just be you and do what you know how to do best. I think you could be able to hear and find out when there are openings. You have a lot of time. If you've been here, most of you here are just coming in, or some of them are maybe few months, 5, 6, 7 months. You still have time before your post-study. So you have a lot of time to start managing this process. People are there from 4 to 6 months. They've gotten to the next level. So when you go to the next level and the next level, you will see things. And I think you wouldn't have a problem if you get into from being a student here now. And I think that
Masid, I would just add as well, like sometimes people look at construction and they think it's just about also going to site and do physical job. There's lots of office jobs that are construction related as well. So like in the site where I work, there are like at least over 200 people that are working in the office area where they don't have to get on site or anything like that. They just stay in the office and do like the paperwork and do the other stuff that is required as well. So there's that option as well, that if you don't want to do the physical stuff, because I see somebody was asking for women, she might faint. You're not gonna be going there and digging with a hammer, digging the floors. It's not only cleaning as well. You can go there and then get yourself even a nice office job where you sit down and then do like admin stuff as well. So that's also possible.
Even as a QS, when I went there as an apprentice, is it not apprentice they called it? It's a name. It's the name they called it then. But even as I went there as a student QS, I was in the office. The only time I would go out is maybe to measure or make pictures of what we are going to be doing, the payments and all that, because we're the contracted QS. I don't do anything other than sit with 3 screens and be doing paperwork everywhere. So when you go in there, you could, like I said, you catch your niche. You just find a place that you're going to slot yourself in. I believe it is something that is easy. It's just for you to. When I thought about this construction, I was like, why didn't I think about this all these months? People have been trying with the care, with the this, with the that, but this particular one is somewhere that has not been explored yet. So it's a good thing we are doing this today, and you will be grateful that you did this today and going further on this part. I don't think it's just for women who are quite fragile. Where do we even begin from? I'm looking at this label. That's the one you saw. Just joking. What if I faint on sight? That is, who said this? iPhone. I didn't know your name, but I went there myself. I saw women. In fact, I even felt like I wasn't doing a good, like my own job. I was envying the lady who was actually painting. She was painting amongst, and there were 2 of them. It was, you could see the joy when they were doing the work. I think construction work is quite an enjoyable job. I think so, because they're all fun people there. There's no dull moment. The women were all excited doing painting. So in fact, the standing you would do for KP, kitchen porter work, you even do more than you would do on a construction site, I think. And the one that you stand on the factory and you're moving pizza or doing one thing there continuously, I think they are more tedious than the construction work, if I would say, if I'm not wrong though, because you don't have, but the construction one, you can stand, gist, relate, and talk with people. So it makes it easier. So don't worry, iPhone user, you wouldn't faint. We'll be there together to pick you up. Ken said, with CSCS card, can they employ students on part-time basis? Yes, because you can work. At least you can show that you can work, right? Your visa.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but I think it will become easier when you're able to do a bit more training, where you can do like 1 or 2 days job and still earn as much as somebody who is doing like a week work in other sectors.
Okay, so now, like, basically it means you go in there, maybe it's your 20 hours you're allowed to work, you stay there, and then when you do more trainings, you progress. Then you when
you do more training, then like depending on which area you choose to do, there's certain jobs that you can do, just go and do a few hours of the job, and it's difficult to record how many hours you've done on the job and then take a day money and then go and then do it other places, because some people work on that what they call CIS, which is like self-employed. So when it's like that, it's difficult for them to actually keep exact hour that you are working. So, but it becomes easier, like I said, if you are able to get yourself in there, get established a little bit, and do a little bit more training, which will allow you this option of doing like 3 or 4 days here and there, and still earning a decent
like
amount.
That's what you just said now about what you call it, self-employed. I know as students they couldn't do much, but whoever it is that's willing, you can contact me. We have a recruitment agency, a company that we could work with you in a way that there's some limitations that will be taken off your back, and you might be able to work from or through us to the construction industry. Or I don't know how it works, but Mr. Sun is going to put me through on some of these things as time progresses. Just you would contact us, or when we speak about that later. Yes, the question has been answered. Thank you. It is now clarified. I was at one recruitment agency office on Tuesday. The receptionist advised me to do CSCS. Then I went online to read more on the course. I discovered that there is one that costs around £36 and another that costs £90. Please, can you elaborate on this, sir? is there any, Stanley, do you have anything to say on that? Or is it the same thing you said about working with, like doing the test on your own and doing the test with an agency online?
Yeah, that's correct.
So they've explained, Kent, they've actually explained this before, so maybe you asked this question beforehand. So it might just be using an agency or the direct one.
Yeah, the official one costs £22.50. So anyone that is more than that is one of those people, that agency that are trying to help you get the ticket. But the official one is £22.50 if you go through the official site.
So it just costs £22.50. So maybe the other one will say if you pass once, if you fail once, you can redo once. This one is an unlimited failing. If you fail many times, we are there for you, covered. We'll keep booking you, baby. So iPhone said, this is great and helpful platform. This is a great and helpful platform. I have been hearing about the WhatsApp platform and would like to join in. Can you share me the link, or should I share my number? All right, I'll send the link before we finish today. Or if anybody has the link, just post it on here, please. I would appreciate that. Zoom, good evening all. Zoom user said, please, how do we get a job when we don't have any experience in UK? What do you put in your CV? Zoom user, are you talking about the CSCS work, or you're talking about a general job? What kind of job are you looking at? What kind of work? Is it the CS? If it's the CSCS or the construction one, I don't think you need any form of experience. And I don't even know if you need your CV, or if you do need a CV, okay.
If you're starting as a laborer, you don't need a CV. You're gonna most likely get a job through word of mouth. But like I said, we're gonna try and arrange. Myself personally, I'll speak to a few people and see how we can start. See what opportunities are there in your area or other area. But me personally, I can send people to jobs. If you're willing to travel, it will be easier for me. I can help arrange jobs for people outside of Scotland, maybe like Birmingham and London. I can do Birmingham because Birmingham might be closer to you guys. I have a good network in Birmingham and then in London here, where I can actually put people through jobs and stuff like that.
All right, thank you very much for that. OG Wilhelm said something. Oh, sorry, your hands is raised up. OG Williams, your hands. Do you want to unmute yourself if you are talking?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I joined the meeting late actually. I just joined in not long ago. So I just want to know how to get through to the whole construction job.
OG, this video might be available. This video might be available, made available. I'll create a link where we can share this video so that you can watch it. We might be running out of time, but we have a few minutes to run through the questions that are remaining. So this is all about the CSCS card and how to get it. I will try my best possible to put this video up so that you can listen to it from the beginning and you will follow it if that is okay, so that we can go through the question with our guest. So
okay,
would all benefit.
Okay, then no problem. Just send the link or the video either way.
I would learn to do that because I'm very new to all these things, but I would learn to do it and I would send the link out. This is great and helpful. So that answered. I would send someone who should help send the link if you can on the WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group, which is the WhatsApp 2 though, not the one. Okay, so how can I contact you directly, please? OGM. If you've been here, if you're not, I would try and copy the link and post here now. But AB, if you're here, please put the link on here if you can, AB. Or there's a link has been flying everywhere there. So, but I will try and bring it and post it here now. How do I contact you directly? Zoom. I will post the link here. You can join the group and I'll put my number here. But my number is the most difficult for you to reach me because I get so many messages. I will put the link here. Please, can I get your direct contact, please? I'm an RG student in September, said I really need a job. This is Zoom. Zoom said, you really need a job. If you're not on the group, please in fact, all participants here, please try and register with the foundation because we will be dealing with you based on registration as a member. Please try and click on the other link and register as a member, not just for this meeting. Master, I'm presently doing MSc project management. Is there a way I change to construction project management?
What I would say is stay on your course. Project management is also part of the job in construction days. In fact, most of the people that are heading jobs in construction side, what they studied is project management. So project management is the main part of the construction industry. So stay on your course and then just do your course. That's fine. You can still work on the construction with that.
I have a friend. We all started from 100 level, and we delved into different things. And she's in project management, and she's got a job. She's in Leeds now, from project management. I think it's construction project management. Yeah. Just got into the meeting. How can I reach out to you for the entire process? Yes, I will post the link. Oh, look, yeah, that is the WhatsApp group. Which of them is this one? Pelumi, is it a new one? Yes, I think so. Click on that link that Oluwa Pelumi has put now. Thank you very much, darling. Please, Mamacita, I'm interested in working through your agency. I really need a job. iPhone user, please. I don't know if I can check all these messages at the end of the day, but if I can't, 765652730. Please, I'll put my number. Someone should type my number, the construction one. Please, I have a question. Okay, Jimao, thank you. This is the Google form for registration. All right, the registration here, click on that link, please, guys, and register as a member of the foundation. That's when we can be able to work with you or for you. While registering on the app, I saw a list of operatives, supervisory. What are we to choose?
Yeah, operative. Not the supervisory one, the operative one, just the operative.
Operatives.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we are taking your time. So sorry, I know you're tired. And Mr. Ogwaide's hand is up. We're almost done for tonight.
Okay.
So it's time to ask questions, guys.
Okay, my question is this, that is there future for a computer analyst stroke cybersecurity person in the construction industry? And secondly, I was just trying to peruse the site, one of the sites I got through Google, and it said that you need to have a QCF, something related to safety, before you be given the green card, or you now get a provisional one first. So I want that area to be cleared.
Okay, I think, yeah, like when you come into construction industry, from what you've studied already, you have to decide if you want to change career, and then and depending on like how you're doing and where you are and how much you're making, and then yeah, if you see the opportunities, like, and then you compare and see if it's something you want to do, you want to change career, then yeah, then I think somebody coming from that background, because like I said, there's a lot of options. I would then advise the person that's coming from that background to do something like health and safety, like what you call health and safety in the construction site, where you are the one that is in charge of the safety of people working on site. So your job is to make sure that people are doing their job safely, and then they're not likely to cause injury the way they're doing their job. So you're not actually doing the job physically, but you're actually helping to set a standard for people to follow so that they can do their job safely. So yeah, with people like maybe your age and maybe your experience, you can channel yourself through that path. Then that will help you to not be physically doing a lot of stuff, but more like paperwork and writing like a method that people should follow to their jobs, stuff like that. But of course, you need to be trained to do that and stuff. And the other question is, yeah, don't worry about what you're reading. I think you're just you're analyzing too much. Your computer experience is taking you to too many. Don't worry about those ones. I will just put you through on the basic course that you need to do. All those other grammar they're speaking online is not really needed. So don't bother yourself with it. It's not a big deal.
Okay,
This
thank you.
is a big deal. Yeah.
So basically,
Thank
what you need with for you to get a CSCS is you doing your safety, basic health and
Yeah.
safety, passing the exam and all that. I think that is what you need to just get there. Wendy is hands is up. Unmute yourself, Wendy.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, I want to ask, okay, like what the last person said earlier. If you're in the IT sector coming in as a student, what are like the opportunities available for students that are in the IT field, most especially the business IT field, that's the project management, business analysis and data analysis? What opportunities are there for students in the IT sector?
This is it's tricky, but like I say again, it depends on you because I mean, we can say this and then keep saying it over and over. There's say in construction industry, for example, there's at least 1,000 different kind of job that one can do. That includes people who work in the office, people who are on the computer, who are actually organizing training, people who are doing the training, people who are actually doing the physical job. There's a lot of things that you can do, but you yourself, I mean, the thing is, if it's something that interests you, the first thing to do, like we're saying, is get the CSCS card. And then, try and look. I'll show you where to look and see what jobs are available, see which one you feel comfortable that you can do. And then once you get on that job, then you yourself will see other opportunities. And then you can, one thing I love about construction industry, and I keep saying this, I see, sometimes I go to a Tesco or Sainsbury's, and I see some of our brothers doing security, standing in security, maybe getting £12 an hour and £11 an hour. Sometimes most of the time I'll go and speak to them and try to understand why they're doing that, because I feel like they're wasting their time. If you pay me £12 an hour, I don't know what I'm going to do with that money. It wouldn't even last me if I earn £12 an hour for a month, it won't last me for 1 week or even 2 days. Maybe the money will finish.
So, look at people's face. Look at people looking at you.
Why are you doing a job like that? So I don't like. That's not the kind of money you earn in a week. Somebody's earning into the month, and then he said he's working. So what is that? So, but the thing is, you have to see. What I'm saying is, seriously, the opportunity. In fact, this year, like when I did my tax return recently, and my accountant was saying to me, because you're a higher earner, we're going to charge you 50% as a tax. I was like, what, 50%? So that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. We're talking about crazy money, you can. But the thing is, you have to learn, be humble. And then learn, and then don't try to cut corner too much, because you need to know what you're doing, and so that when you're out there, you can actually get a job done. And this is the key thing. That's why starting from the ground will help you to get established and get the foundation laid, so that you can then progress and build on your foundation. So the thing is, it's up to you if you want to change career, if you want to keep what the background where you're coming from. If you want to keep what you're doing, then you just want to look and see the opportunities there, see which one fits what you want to do and what you want to accomplish going forward. So but the opportunity is massive, and there's now this big project HS2 where they're doing the new train line connecting London to Birmingham and others, Manchester area. So there's a lot of jobs in that particular project now for as many people as want to get job and get into those systems.
So Wendy, if I would understand what he's saying, and he has said before, get into the construction site, get the CSCS card, get in there first, and you'll find different opportunities. You can't just sit from the outside and try to get something from the inside. Sometimes it's more, you can, but it's easier when you are in there. And starting with the CSCS card, even if you are working as an analyst or you are a data processor, whatever it is you guys do call it, you still need to start up from somewhere. And as a woman, as a lady, they always look for you have more opportunities. I wouldn't say more, but yes, when it comes to you wanting to paint and you have 10 men who wants to paint, of course the woman, they always get the women to manage the men. So when you have 2 ladies and maybe 20 men and they need 8, they will take the 2 ladies, because when you have the men, I know in construction they always want to put women there. So they manage, because when a woman comes in the site, you see the men they all just go on their toes and everybody's wanting to do the right things, you know. So they always mix it up that way. So go in there and try with the CSCS. It's as cheap as we are having how many coffees every day. So just get the CSCS card and start your process. I'll be working with Dominic and Stanley. I don't know, I put 2 hours for this and you'll be surprised it's already 2 hours, but I don't know if this thing will cut off or not. Mr. Kent, you said I have not been replying your message. I apologize for that, because I am trying to work with some volunteers to do this right. It's so overwhelming, all the messages I get from morning till night. I get calls regularly. So if I haven't responded to your message, I apologize. Just send your message and write Kent. Maybe if you keep putting the Kent, I will know it is you, and I will try and get
Sorry,
back.
so are you saying you will drop the link for the CSCS?
Yes, I will get it from them. I said it, okay. I will get it from them. And I don't know, this might not end, but I'm just trying to pass the information when before.
So please buy the app so that you can start studying it. So when we send you the link, you'll be ready. So do the test. And then once you get the card, then get in touch with Mamacita, and then we'll see how we can get you a job depending on your conditions. So we'll understand if you can travel or if you want something more local and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. And please, guys, like I said, okay, Stanley, you want to say something?
Before we finish here, CSCS card, once you get it, you're on a site working, never assume, always ask a question. If you don't understand something, ask a question, don't assume, because assume might get you kicked out of the site, because there are always 3 cards they give: green card for being good, amber, yellow card, which is the amber, for maybe a warning, and a red card, you're out, depending on what you did. So if you don't understand something, don't just assume and just go with the flow. Always ask, clarify. Otherwise, you're not in the game. You're just going to put people at risk. This is why the CSCS, you need to understand the risk involved. So you just need to make sure you understand little things. You dropped a cup, a little baby is there, you know, they might just go pick the cup. It might be hot water in there. So those kind of little things, you just calculate and say, this is a risk there. So there are lots of jobs. Even some people, they just go in there. All they do is walk around, the safety people, and take pictures. Why is this wire hanging? Or why is this floor wet? Or why is this water dripping from there? These are jobs. It's not just, little things we just walk past. People are literally doing this kind of job. So it's not only laborer card means you're going to do a hard job. It's not hard. Even they've always get a book they work on. If there's something you can't do, you call someone. There is no shame in asking. Always put that behind you. If you're stuck, ask a question. And that's how you can go through it.
Thank you very much. That's a very important one. Not only with the CSCS, what he just said now is applicable to every part of your work in the UK. I know we always, even when you're going on the road, you don't know your way, ask. If someone doesn't tell you, ask the next person. I always assume I don't know until I know. Until you tell me, I don't know. And if I don't know, I ask. So please, at every time, at any opportunity, don't say, na Nigeria, I'll be Ghanaian, I can. No, just try, always ask people for questions, directions, to know what you're not supposed to do, because most times ignorance is never an excuse, not only in law, in everything. You cannot claim that you don't know. They will only always ask you, why didn't you ask? So guys, if there's any question, Mr. Sonny, any last word for us? And I don't know if they cut me off. I don't know if they will take us off now, but
sorry, please, I want to ask one more question. It's just like, I just want to know, with the way this whole CSCS construction has been talked about, you guys have not like stated like the basic salary that comes with it.
They've said, I think they've said from £10, £12 or something like that, is it? That's what they've said.
Yeah, if you're starting as a laborer, you're looking around that, between like 10 to like maybe 13 to 14 pounds, depending on where you are and on the project. Then if you do a course, then you can up that You can get that maybe £2 more on top of that. But if you do another course after the first course, after the CSS, and you do one more or two more courses, you can get up to £20 an hour. And that's how quickly it can happen for you, depending on which route you choose to take.
So this course, is it cheap? Is it free?
The first one is £20, but no, I mean, it's not cheap. Nothing good comes cheap. But
Easy.
don't worry about the money, because of course you'll be working and earning, and then you can it's. I mean, like if you want to do some of the courses cost like maybe £800 to 1,000. But it's the money where, if you spend it, that you're investing in your own in your future, and then you make the money quick as well. If you don't spend those money, then you won't really progress. If you stay as a laborer for 10 years, I don't know, you're just gonna be like somebody doing cleaning, or so the same person that's doing security or something like that. So you need to do courses so that you can progress and and grow in your.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to add to it, you guys don't forget, this CSCS is world recognized. This is a British certification you're having. So anywhere in the world, as soon as they hear you've got a CSCS card, which is a construction skills certificate scheme or something it's called, once you get it around the world, especially when you move on the ladder, up the ladder to NVQ, you get the skilled cards. Everywhere in the world you can work. So you're not just doing it for maybe where you are, that's why you want to work there. It lasts for 5 years, and then renewing it doesn't cost a lot because you've done it already. So yeah, it's worth having. Despite I myself, I had it before. I never used it for about 2 years before this pandemic, and I just got into the game back again with it. So it's something you could just, I want a job tomorrow. Take 3 hours and go around. You get a job. Just ask questions. So yeah,
And,
I think it's what.
Okay, that's sorry about that. Wendy, the training that Sunny talked about, I think it's not the £800 one, is the one when you decide to progress.
Yeah.
It's not the immediate one.
Not
Just wanted to clarify it. Yeah, that is your choice. When you are in the work, you decide that you want to progress to a different level. That is a choice for you to make. But right now, the CSCS, it costs about £25 odd, £22.50. But you can do it like they explained before, that you can do the different ones from different agencies. So this video will be available. I will try to find how to do it and put it on a link that we can all be able to, if you want to send it to someone, you want to watch it again, if you didn't start up from the beginning, we would make the video available so that you would decide whether or not it's something you want to do. But from this, I think I'm going to do my own CSCS card too. I think I have to do my own too. Because you cannot be doing something, you cannot be talking about something when you do not know how it applies. So tomorrow someone asks me a question, I would know what to say. We really appreciate your time, Mr. Sunny. I know you've been working all day, and look at us here taking over 2 hours of your time. Stanley, we appreciate you today for your time, and I would say it in advance for your mentorship that's going to come in the future. I know we're going to find a way to get I would relate back to you, and guys, I will give you the feedback on the WhatsApp group. The participant requests that live transcription be enabled. So what's that? Who can see transcript recording? Who can see this transcript record? I don't know what this means. Oh.
Now it's when you're speaking.
Someone asked for that. I really don't know what I'm doing now, but I think I clicked on it. Yes. So I would say I will try my best. If you're on the WhatsApp group, if you're not, my number is there. It's always everywhere. 0744982698. 07. Someone should type it on. Let me see if I can type it. I don't even know how to work this thing. So, but please don't message me unless you have to. I beg in the name of God, because why I said so is it's, how do I do this thing now? Chat. Okay. And AB, the other admins that are here, if you have to send me a message, please WhatsApp or normal message, so I could add you to the group. It's easier to just put messages on the group, and then we can talk from there. I will send this link on the group if I find a way. But if you know how to volunteer, if you want to volunteer to show me how to do these things and make it easier, I would appreciate it too. Let's all work together, because the work could be really suppressing and I wouldn't know how to go about it. So thank you very much, Mr. Anybody with any question? But if not, I would say thank you today, and hopefully we'll see you some other time before we start in our exams. As soon as possible, maybe one more session before the exam to give us expose on how to go about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We can all
the best to everyone there.
All the best. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Mr. Kent.
Good night.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Mr. Uche. Thank you. And I'll let me even find you already before I forget. Zoom user, I can't hear you. You are mute, so you guys can unmute yourself now. Let me hear and see people. Let me find.
Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Uche, I'm looking for you now. I'm going to get that information from you today, the agency that you say you have. Hey, Engineer Onyebuchi. You are muted. You are muted.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Hopefully, we're going to get in this. Let's go hit it.
Yeah.
Zoom user, you are on mute. I'm trying to get to Uche now so that I don't forget and get the link. The agencies, we are grabbing all of them, and then we'll be able to manage as much as possible. Usaini, iPhone user, you should start putting your name, so I'll start knowing your name, so I know how to keep names so well. Usaini.
I'm back. I'm in the house now.
Finally.
I went to do the assignment you gave me.
What did you? Which of them?
I remember now. We discussed this yesterday.
The one you went in town. Did anyone have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah. Oh yes. That's good then. You see, that's a good one. At least it's the next phase. At all then.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. And hopefully we'll be seeing us soon.
Why? Hello. Why
Yes.
is Usaini trying to code it? Why?
Johnny, why are we not seeing your face?
Work in Manchester.
Hey, you are working in Manchester.
Hey, don't mind me, Gary.
Usaini is coding
now. Let me turn. Okay, you see me now?
Yes, I see you. Usaini, so what are you coding now?
Don't mind it. You're going up, you go down, and you find a way around. The next floor, you see exit. Take care now. Let me go up.
Okay. Then is this someone from work now coming to torment you? No coding again, no.
My colleague.
Is your colleague?
Yeah, he is.
All right. Okay. I hope.
Mama.
You are ready. You are ready to go into the construction industry with your smile, though. Just go there and get all the jobs.
I don't this for you.
All right, I will leave. See, Ikenna, get ready to start going into the construction industry. Maybe you go to smile for them. You get all the work, all of them. Where is Okocha? There's Okocha. There's Okocha now. JJ Okocha, Jojo Okocha, where are they?
Thank you, Mama.
I say, where is JJ Okocha?
Well, he stays at George Street.
All right. Okay. All right. No problem. Oluwatoyin said thank you for the session. That's good. Thank you, guys. Let me stop this recording. I've been recording all this our talk. Hey, whoa, how do I do this thing? English people, how do they? Did I do anything? It's still recording. Hey.